Welcome back to my views and news. Some news stories for you. First one is from Tigray, where peaceful transition has happened. Gata Choreda has assumed office. Debretsion has left. A program was organized for this transfer of power. Who attended this program? Who was missing? I was trying to find Mongerino and Alim Gebrevaid. Did they attend this ceremony of transfer of power in Mekelle, Tigray's capital? Secondly, curfew has been imposed in a town of Oromia, Western Oromia. And thirdly, IDPs are returning to Avareda, which remained under Tigray forces control. But just 2 to 3 days ago, Tigray forces withdrew from this Avareda. Firstly, viewers, in Tigray, Getachew is now in charge. He is interim president, chosen by TPLF. TPLF's executive committee voted to choose Getachew as party's candidate for Tigray interim government head slot. Narrowly, he won the vote. And then PM Abiy appointed Getachew as the interim head of Tigray. Getachew has replaced Debretsion Gebremichael, who is party's head. He is TPLF's president, and he was serving as Tigray's president too. And Debretsion is still party president, though he is no more Tigray president, because PM Abiy rejected a proposal to retain Debretsion as Tigray interim president. Now, a program was held in Mekelle, Tigray's capital, for transfer of power. Getachew assumed office. Debretsion left. Pictures are being shared. Question is, who attended this program? Those who opposed Getachew, those who voted against Getachew, those who criticized Getachew at party meeting, were they there at this program or not? You can see some pictures on your screen. The pictures are from this transfer of power ceremony held in Mekelle, Tigray's capital. Debretsion was seen cool, calm, smiling, man of a few words, but I think he looked very responsible. That is how he is, I think. He knows what to say, and he speaks according to the circumstances. Debretsion there, no signs of any estrangement. Sadkan was there too. Sadkan is now unofficial deputy of Getachew. Verede was there too. General Tadesse Verede. Both Sadkan and Verede were at different camps when consultations were underway for the formation of interim government. Sadkan was supporting a more inclusive, transparent approach. Verede was standing with Debretsion Gebremichael. Getachew has successfully taken both on board. Getachew took both to Addis Ababa, where the Tigray delegation stayed for almost a week, and key discussions were held there. So both are on board. Tigray military elite is united, it's clear. Mongerino was there too, Fetlever Gabzaber, who is Tigray's vice president, and reportedly she opposed Getachew's nomination at the party meeting. I was trying to find Alim Gebrevaid. He is the one who strongly opposed Gatachoreda. I could not find Alam Gabre Wahid in the audience in these pictures. Maybe he was not captured on camera or he was not there. It seems he was not there. And even after Getachew was appointed as Tigray interim government head, we heard rumors that efforts were underway led by some TPLF leaders to weaken Gatachoreda, to destabilize interim setup led by Gatachoreda. LM Gabrevaid is not on good terms with Gatachoreda, it seems. Can Getachew create unity in TPLF? Let's see. He has tried to create unity in Tigray military elite. Let's hope that he creates similar unity within TPLF and then between TPLF and opposition parties, which are watching the developments very closely. We saw statements from Salsevujene and the other party TIP in recent days. They are watching Getachow's movements very closely. They have not accepted or rejected Getachew so far. They just want to see Getachow's next action. Is Getachew going to give political space to opposition parties or not? That will be clear in coming days. So far, peaceful transition happened in Mekelle, Tigray's capital. Secondly, curfew has been imposed in a town in Western Oromia. Western Oromia has been the zone where we have seen ethnic violence. Amharas have been killed in large numbers. Oromos as well. Oromos are facing double threat. I mean, sometimes they are declared supporters of OLA and government forces take action. And sometimes they are considered as government spies and OLA attacks them. And they are vulnerable to attacks from Amhara militias too. On the other hand, Amharas living in Western Oromia, especially in Valaga, they are vulnerable as well. We have seen that dozens have been killed in attacks allegedly by armed factions from Oromia, and they are being displaced. Thousands have entered Amhara region from Oromia. Now, curfew has been imposed in Abergele. Name of this town where curfew has been imposed is Abergele is the area where curfew has been imposed, and Gida Ayana is the Wareda. East Valaga is the zone. In Abergele, curfew imposed. Why? Details have not been shared. Security officials say there is emergency situation in the town. There could be eruption of violence. That is why curfew is in place in Abergele. And in Abergele, a few months ago, hundreds were killed in ethnic violence. In Gutan, dozens of ethnic Amharas were killed in attacks by armed faction in Oromia. Attack was blamed on OLA. OLA denied involvement in the attack. Government militias were there too in the area. So it means though overall in Oromia region we have seen decrease in the intensity of fighting between OLA and in the activities of OLA. But tensions remain in areas which are on Oromia Amhara border, on Oromia side of the border. Why? Because conflict in West Oromia is not just between OLA and Oromia regional government. This conflict has several angles: ethnic angle, political angle, conflict within Oromia, a conflict between Oromos, Amharas, religious element to some extent as well. So far, curfew imposed in Angan viewers. Thirdly, IDPs are returning to their houses in a Voreda vacated by Tigray forces. Tigray forces were in control of two Voredas of the Amhara region despite signing of Pretoria deal between TPLF and Ethiopian government in November. One Voreda has been vacated by Tigray fighters, other is still in their control, under their control. The Voreda vacated by Tigray forces Abergele. I think it's in Vog Himra zone, right on Tigray Amhara border. 3 to 4 days ago, we received confirmation that Tigray forces were withdrawing from Abergele. Maybe after some understandings reached in Addis Ababa when the withdrawal started. I think Tigray delegation was in Addis Ababa having meetings with Ethiopian federal government officials. Now Tigray forces have left Abergele completely and IDPs are returning. Pictures are being shared by local administrators showing arrival of buses carrying IDPs to their homes in Abergele. Sagbij is still under the control of Tigray forces, viewers. This withdrawal of Tigray forces from Abergele was a gesture, goodwill gesture from Tigray viewers, because Tigray hopes that Amhara forces will withdraw from Raya and Volkayt, especially from Raya. Tigray forces could retake Raya, southern Tigray in coming days, it seems, though no announcement made so far by any party. Thank you.